Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gates.
Let's love.
Classless.
It's the beginning of... It's a new beginning. This is our first happily ever after.
Hey.
Hi.
Classless.
HEA.
This is Happily Ever After Classless Edition.
Classless is an episode, season 1, episode 1.
Episode 1. Maybe you jumped on for this is your first time jumping into our
This is Reality Gaze XXXX Extra.
extra. Maybe you're a Supercast sissy or you're a Gatreon on Patreon, but if this is your first time that you say, you know what? I'm bored and I'm pretty sure my husband's cheating on me. Let's listen to some gays and spend $5 a month. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. We're here for you. Welcome to the shit show. And as this episode is titled, it's only the beginning.
It's only the beginning.
Only the beginning. But yes, our first.
It's like my first college boyfriend told me.
It's true. And then he left you. You know what?
And then I cheated on him.
Yeah, there we are. I have to say, this is probably one of, if not the most famous and most popular spin-offs and even just seasons of 90 Day Fiancé, because this is really when Alexi and Lauren blew up.
Yeah.
This is when this aired, I think, right before like we started doing this show, right? Like 3 years ago.
No, this aired before season. I think this aired like in hiatus of 90 Day Fiancé. So this aired right after season 3, which I think was around 2016, 2017.
Well, let's see.
I think.
But to Danielle and Mohammed, it really was, wow. I'm looking on YouTube to see when this airs, and this is what my YouTube, first of all, it gives me a trailer for the new Loki show.
Yeah.
It gives me a Dr. Pimple Popper video.
They got you there.
Pink singing at the Brit Awards, the singer Pink.
Gay.
And then Elizabeth Montgomery from 1993 talking about Bewitched. I feel seen. That's me in 4 videos.
YouTube for fags. There you go.
So this first
FagTube.
This first came out 2016.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, good job, Poodle.
Yeah.
Good job. 17, 18, 19, yeah.
I can
How
get...
long did we do? It feels like you and I have been doing this show for
We're
30 years.
We're only doing the show. It'll be 2 years in August.
Feels like 20.
Feels like 30.
Feels like 30. So, but
What's
don't
that
you
from
think...
Gethsemane? Feels like 90.
But don't you think this is arguably... I feel like this is when 90 Day Fiancé blew up.
Yeah, this is
a
when
popular season.
I think they realized with season 3 when the ratings were up that and especially some of the higher rated couples, and I wanted to kind of talk about this. Besides a money grab, why do you think they decide to make this spinoff? Because I think people still had a lot of questions about. Remember what happened to Danielle Muhammad? What happened to Melanie and Devar? What happened to Alexi and Lauren?
I think the Danielle Muhammad is probably, I would imagine, was the main impetus of why they did this, because their story ended so unresolved. And
I agree.
We had not had that yet in 90 Day Fiancé. Right. Everything kind of, even Melanie and Devar, like they ended happily ever after.
But there's this like morbid curiosity with Danielle and Muhammad, because there is this strange, shy woman from Sandusky, Ohio, married to this kind of very aloof man from Tunisia.
It's mind-boggling and
quite sordid.
And I think because we still haven't seen, so the couples are Danielle Muhammad, Lauren and Lexi, and I think Lauren and Lexi they were kind of really the first. They were just stars.
Yeah.
Although arguably they're not. But
remember, these are also people who, when TLC approached them, they said yes. So you can think about these are also people who are still willing to be not, because I think the first season that you're on 90 Day Fiancé, it's an experiment. You're going on in these early days. Now they're all fame horse, y'all. They're all in it for the clout.
I think that's why people do. And so there's Lauren and Lexi, and then there's Melanie and DeVar, who we see them here, and then we don't hear from them after this. We haven't seen
That's
them
right.
since.
There's no second season of Happily Ever After for them.
Well, there's nothing for them. And then we get also
Brett and Daya.
Brett and Daya are coming up next.
Yeah.
But we get Russ and Paula.
Russ and Pau.
And I think
they're on like 6 seasons, or maybe 4.
I think with Russ and Pal, they ended Happily Ever After, and they were the first season, right?
Yeah.
But they were, again, y'all, whether you like her or not, but she is a star.
She's a star, and
the fact that here's this person who's this star moving to Oklahoma, it was just, still wonder how they're doing.
I can also see them contacting her because she has a big social media presence.
Yeah.
And so hiring them was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
To do, even though they're the only ones from season 1, but Pau is such a big. She's going to bring people in. Either she's going to you either like her or you hate her. It doesn't matter. You're going to watch.
Brett and Daya were from season 2, right?
Yes.
And then who else are we missing? There's 2 that I think we're getting next week, isn't it? Kyle and Noon.
Yes, next
Kyle
time.
And Noon.
Yeah.
And they were from last season
6
as well.
couples.
So
we get 4 this episode.
I mean, to be honest, there's no other reason that they saw that, because I think Lauren did well on social media too, and they saw that these people were likable and they could just make more money from them.
Right. And definitely the Danielle Muhammad is morbid curiosity.
Because I think more than it, because y'all, this is completely jumping the 90-day framework. Because before the 90 days, even 90 days the other way, it's all about people trying to figure out something with this whole of trying to lead towards the 90 days to get married.
Right.
This is just a reality show.
Yeah, and it's a reality show of just people in there. There's no big, I don't think,
there's
especially
not a formula.
Yeah, and there's no I think in later seasons of Happily Ever After, they would like plan things. Like we've seen with Libby and Andre, their last season 5 of Happily Ever After was about them going to Moldova to have the second wedding.
Well, that idea came from this. That's what Lauren and Alexi
exactly. And so so that kind of trope is probably going to happen a lot. But now there's Libby and Andre's season, because we're of course covering the new Happily Ever After season 6, on our regular feed. They're taking a trip to Maryland, and so it's
Why are
interesting.
They going to Maryland again? I don't
Vacation.
Libby and Andre?
Yeah, with the whole family, because of course.
Yes,
the family Libby is going.
Yeah,
the garbage people.
Well, and now he's starting a business. He's getting
like Oscar the Grouch. I love trash.
I love trash. Anything dirty or dingy or rusty.
Is that
anything ragged or rotten or crusty?
I don't remember that.
I love trash.
Where'd that come from?
I've got and it's 13 weeks old, and it's smelly and rotten, and it's covered with mold. It was something from the day I was told. I love it because it's trash. It's I had a Sesame Street album when I was a kid.
Wow, you just sang that verbatim, but you can't remember.
No, that's also where I first discovered there was that song, which we've ruined on the show. It was just going, sing Canta, sing a song, canción, canción, make it simple. And that's where the Spanish got hard for me.
Yeah.
But there was that song. There was, I'm sure I would remember the other ones. But my favorite one was the Oscar the Grouch, I Love Trash song.
Jesus. I think that should be one of our theme songs.
It was a great ending. Oh, I love trash.
Sorry, neighbors. Can we get onto the show? I'm sorry.
A good placement. All right, let's do this.
So that y'all Muhammad.
Driving around with my friend. What's her name? Beth.
Oh, Jesus.
Y'all,
This town looks desolate.
It looks like some town that
it's winter.
Like Luke Skywalker's parents were killed here and no one's come back.
It just looks like we're just passing burned down factories.
Yeah. There's an actual factory district.
Yeah. Bruce
It's
Springsteen
snowy.
said, "This is too sad for me to sing about."
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, steel towns are one thing. This is not.
Woo.
Yeah.
Sandusky. If you're from Sandusky.
I'm not going to sing about your town because it makes me sad.
If you're from Sandusky, you like it, let us know. We did have a Vegas sissy because we talked about, what did we talk about Vegas on one of our shows? About what it would be like to live in Vegas. Oh, with Happily Ever After the News with Julia. And she said, I'm a third generation Vegas sissy and we love it. It's a great town to live in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
that had nothing to do with anything.
No. So Danielle and her friend Beth, they're going to go. They've heard that Muhammad works at the plastics factory. Let me just say that sentence again. I've heard he's working at the plastics factory, so I'm going to go and leave him a message.
Yeah. She basically said,
Jesus.
As soon as they got married and basically
he skipped.
Yeah,
he just bolted.
Like he skipped. As
soon as they got married, he stayed and then he got his green card and he left.
So we should say that there was an episode. We did not cover it. We probably should have in retrospect, but oh well. They did.
I put my foot down.
And I kind of still think we should have, but because it was information. And Danielle's hair looked like a fucking wig from 1984.
It was really bad.
But before season 3 of 90 Day Fiancé aired, the first episode was
kind of Where Are They Now?
Was season 2, Where Are They Now? And that week, they talked, all of them. I think Danielle Muhammad, Melanie Devar. It was just a one-off episode of Where Are They All Now?
Right.
And so for some of them, we see some clips from that.
Right.
So if you're watching this and going, wait a minute, I don't remember Danielle talking to her sister about Muhammad, like her sister who has purple hair now, talking about Muhammad. That's where all that came from. And from that, we found out that people were posting on social media that somebody posted they were pregnant with Muhammad's baby. They also people
repeat
said
after me, Muhammad, not Mohammed.
Muhammad. That's what I said.
Muhammad.
And so
Mohammed.
They also said that he had multiple girlfriends.
Yeah.
Also, basically, that's where we find out, y'all, he got his green card, and 14 months after the marriage, he got the green card and he split.
Yep.
So, and if you're watching the videos on our $15 tier, Sissy Christina really does a good job of, she has illustrating
a graph
illustration
Muhammad's journey of citizenship. Is he in a car? Is he in a little car driving or a truck?
It's so every time he gets a new little thing, she'll go like.
Oh, I love that on Price is Right. So did my grandmother. That was her favorite game. The Mountain Climber.
I like that one too, actually.
And I would sing with it too. And she's like, "Sing for me, baby."
I'm glad your mother was a fan of
No, that's my grandmother.
I'm glad your grandmother was the Phantom of Pickens.
Sing for me, baby.
Sing for me, baby. Sing for me. I'll make you a pasta casserole.
I'll heat you up a Stouffer's French bread pizza.
Is that what she'd eat?
Yeah. Loved them. I still think of, when I have one of those, I still think of my grandmother. And then I burned the living hell out of my mouth.
Because they're too hot.
Because they're too hot.
Eat it and cry, remembering her probably.
A little bit. But no, if you've never burnt your mouth on a Stouffer's French bread pizza, you're a bigger man or bigger woman than me.
Poodle can't wait that long.
No. And if you said you've never done it, you're a liar. You're a liar.
I don't think I ever had that. I never had pizza bagels until I was friends with our one friend, Allie.
How would you eat? But what did you eat, like frozen pizza?
We had pizza pockets.
You didn't have like frozen pizza?
I burned my mouth on a pizza pocket many a time.
Oh, those are brutal.
Done that many a time.
Molten lava.
Oh, yes.
But like when you, like frozen pizza, when you would need like, you never had that?
We never did frozen pizza. We would just get it. We just get Pizza Hut.
Oh.
That's what my dad loved. Hamburger, green peppers, and onions.
I don't know why that combination sounds sad to me.
But you know what's weird?
That is the most American form of pizza that I've ever heard. Can you make a pizza like a hamburger?
My boyfriend, he's like, that's what my dad likes too. So maybe it's a generational thing. But it is being with my dad now and the things that he likes. And I'm like, oh, that's why I eat that. Because I just was fed that
That's why your kid. Palate's trash?
Thank God I moved on from beef tamales in a can. or oysters in a can with milk.
That's vile.
He heats them up in the microwave.
We need to move on.
So Beth is like, you think there'd be some, like, if he cared for you, but he just up and left. Now, we'll find out later Muhammad's take on this, but
right.
He just up and left.
Also, Danielle is really hoping that all this is, in her words, just a phase. He'll come back.
So they're driving to the plastics factory. Y'all, we have never before seen a scene clip of this episode.
Yeah.
It was on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Sharp Entertainment didn't want to show. We got the rights to it.
Yeah.
And by rights to it, Poodle blew a guy behind a dumpster and he gave it to us on a floppy disk.
He threw the disc at me after I was wiping my mouth.
And then it was an ordeal when we took the floppy disk to Kinko's and they said, we can't get those anymore. So again, in another alley with another guy that I had to blow, but we finally got it.
Yeah, we found a converter.
So we're going to play this for you. This is where Danielle goes inside to ask the woman, the receptionist, let's say her name is Jasmine.
Okay.
What happened to Mohammed?
Okay, I assume.
And scene.
Here we go.
Welcome to Randall's Plastics. How can I help you?
Hey, I was wanting to know if I could
apply for a job. Job at Randall's.
No.
We live and we love and we serve.
Those are some pretty nails.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I like to
I've often wanted to get my nails like that, but I keep biting mine.
Oh, it's my grandma used to do that too, but I like the clicking noise it makes when I type.
And I got fungus on them.
Oh, you know what? We have, if you work here for a while, you're going to burn your fingerprints off. You want to apply for a job?
Because why does it smell like burnt plastic
you're
in
not
here?
With the EPA, are you?
No.
Okay, then you're going to be fine. How can I help you?
Do you have a man named Muhammad working here?
Say it again.
Muhammad.
One more time.
Muhammad.
What's that name?
Muhammad.
I don't understand
Muhammad.
you. Daryl?
Muhammad.
Is it Martin? Maurice?
M-O-H. Let me start over.
Okay.
M-O-H.
More?
It sounds like hama hama.
Not. Could you write it down for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Here.
That just says sure. Why don't you write that?
Okay, here. This is a drawing of what he looks like.
Okay. Don't write much, do you?
Nope.
I have not. I'm not familiar. I haven't seen this man.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Wait, but can you stand for more than 6 hours at a time? If so, you'd be a great fit here at Randall's Plastics.
Are you okay if sometimes I've got a history of stealing from people?
Thank you for coming. We'll see you later.
Okay. I'll just drop off my application later.
Sure, please put it behind that bush. I'll be sure to get it.
Okay, you've been so kind.
You're welcome. God bless.
God bless.
And scene. Y'all.
Authentic scene.
Authentic scene. Just so you know.
I'm glad she drew a sketch, of him.
I'm surprised Jasmine knew what it was. Wow. Wow.
Very kind.
Again, if you're that one Apple Podcast review that says, "Can you just stick to the show?" You're welcome.
Oh, God.
Poor person.
No, I get it. I get it that people only want to talk about the show sometimes. If we could do that, we would not be the show we are.
I would have fun.
Yeah.
I would have fun.
Yeah.
So
That's
y'all,
just it.
So they're back in the car, and Daniel's like, "Well, maybe this is just a phase.
Yeah, I like that too.
Maybe it's just a phase."
That's like what your mom said about you liking boys. Guess
That's
what?
fair.
Maybe
it's just a phase. Maybe you sucking the tallywhacker.
Maybe you will like girls. Guess
you
what?
will.
Didn't take.
Tried, Mom. Maddie tried to suck that titty, and he tried to fuck that bush, but in the end, Maddie tried.
What song is that?
Mama Tried.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Who is that by?
Mama Tried is, I believe, by...
That's an old country song, isn't it?
It's not Waylon Jennings. It's, "Hey Siri, who sings that song, Mama Tried?"
Playing Mama Tried.
Yes, Merle Haggard.
Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
Playing Mama Tried.
Wow, Merle Haggard was hot when he was young.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
we're
a
not
good
gonna.
song.
I'll have to take a listen. So, we guys, we find Mohammed.
We do.
Now I'm saying it like you, Mohammed. And he's got a new goatee, which I do not love. His hair is better, though. I will say. It's a little greasy, but it's much better.
It's better than it is this season.
Oh, it's so awful. So he is staying with a gentleman that he met at Walmart. We also have been sent this scene.
Of what?
Of when Mohammed met Tom.
Oh, Jesus.
At
is that
Walmart.
his name, Tom?
Yes. So we're gonna play this now. Surprisingly, this was sent to me.
We didn't have to blow anyone
on
for this.
actual microfiche.
Oh, okay. Someone slid it under Poodle's door.
Yes,
and he just heard high heels click clack away.
Yes. So here we go. This is Tom meeting Mohammed at Walmart.
Okay, and scene.
Hello, I'm here to buy.
Hi, friend.
Hey.
Hello. Hi,
hey.
welcome to Walmart. How are you?
It always makes me nervous when Americans are so friendly to me. I'm sorry if I
don't work
recoil
here,
from you.
You're just standing here.
What
You're going to get some fishing lures too?
What are you doing? That's a lot of ammo you've got in your hands.
Oh yeah, it's right by the fishing department.
Got it.
I get tired of fishing. I just shoot them. Goes in the water and gets them.
Tell me about your American life.
Then they float to the top, and then you got dinner. It's free.
And
boy, you sure are exotic. Where are
thank
you from?
You're looking
from,
at my
friend?
a place called Tunisia. Do you know it?
Mexico?
No, Tunisia. It's in
South
the Middle
America.
East. Middle East, from a town called Tunisia.
Panama.
No, we're gonna go over to aisle 11 and get you an atlas.
What's an atlas? Don't know that. Don't know that. You speak Spanish?
Maybe no. I speak Tunisian. I speak Arabic.
Not familiar.
Yeah, I know.
Never heard of it.
But you know what?
You believe in the Lord? God, I love Christ. Do you love him? Do you love him?
I can tell you're very religious because of the footprints Jesus poem you have.
Basically,
I love hearing a good Jesus story though.
I live alone. Do you want to come over? I'm bored.
Sounds great.
Great. And
That's great. And y'all, that was how Tom and Muhammad found each other. If you were like me, you thought like you were really missing a part of the story.
When Tom said we met at Walmart,
I lost my mind.
Y'all, if you, it's almost worth the $15 to see our reaction to that in the watch along. We almost had to stop the show.
Like, that's why I'm glad we had this little bit of a secret scene, because how would these two people ever meet? Turned out they bonded over ammo. And Christianity.
There you go.
Who knew?
There you go. And Tom can't fish. So now, Mohammed says that, whereas Danielle said he turned and left without any word, Mohammed is like, she completely had all these promises, and everything she turned out to say ended up being a lie and was not true. And now I'm not trying to defend him as this great guy, but he's kind of right.
He has a point. Yeah. Her finances were shit.
Complete shit.
Yeah. Also,
they were in debt.
She got fired and did not tell him until later.
And she told him that she lost the job. She didn't tell him that she was fired for stealing at her job. I don't know when that comes out.
Basically, her whole life was misrepresented.
Everything. Because Danielle... And
she defends herself by saying, I didn't want you to leave me.
And that Danielle, it does not come from a place of being of ill will. It truly comes from a place of being scared that she's not lovable.
But the consequences are the same.
The consequences are the same.
And she will not take ownership of the lies that she's sold.
The reason
he doesn't either.
It's true. They both, neither of them take ownership of anything. It's almost sadder the way she did it, because probably if she was somewhat honest, although if she was honest, he wouldn't be with her.
Exactly.
Because he wasn't attracted to her. And he talks about that with Tom.
With Tom. I like it how Tom is just so lonely. He will ask all these questions.
I'm sure
Do
a
you love
producer
the Lord?
wasn't feeding. Yeah, that's it. Do you love the Lord? What's your favorite verse?
So he tells Tom...
Epiphanians.
Ephesians. Epiphanians. Lord, you just combined Ephesians and Philippians.
You know someone has said that, though.
That's true. I've told you about my time in the Bible drill, right?
What?
The Bible drill, where I had to flip really quickly. It was like a Bible competition where you... where you had to quote Bible verses and memorize them and be able to find things in the Bible very quickly. Like you flip through a verse to find Philippians 4:13 or Corinthians.
Protestants
the Bible drill
are fucking crazy.
I was really good at the Bible drill, y'all.
Crazy.
And there was
that's some indoctrinating shit right there. Catholics didn't do that.
I only did it once because my friend was in it, and he belonged to the big Baptist church in town. And but
yeah, I would go to the Knights of Columbus party and eat the pizza while they drank the beer.
Y'all, come at us if you were in a Bible drill.
Wow.
Your face while I was talking about the Bible drill. I went to a church in Spartanburg and won something for it. But I think I got a Bible, so it kind of sucked.
Because you didn't have one?
It was a nice Bible.
They always give away Bibles. You have one. We would get rosaries sometimes for things. And I'm like, we already have a rosary.
Mama, we've got 11 of these.
This is my third rosary. Shut up, Matthew. Hanging on your bed. Okay. Under my Matt's Nest poster with Big Bird.
So Danielle,
where are we?
Tom basically says, Tom asks him, were you in love? He's like, it was more feeling lonely in Tunisia. And he says, there's no dating in my country, so because of my religion.
And he said, yeah, were you physically attracted to her?
He's like, no, not really.
He basically is like, I didn't know that this was. I mean, Mohammed. He explains away everything. He's
I know.
a smart guy.
He's
instead of just saying no, not at all. He said, "I didn't know sexual attraction was a thing." Like he's not a
it's more about how the person is inside.
Not like he was a
We're
red-blooded
all pink
man.
inside.
Yeah. And he was a red-blooded man. Y'all, that's bullshit.
I also need to say that he is, y'all, we've said this before, he's a fucking con artist.
He's a con artist.
He conned his way here. Yes, he had an easy mark. She conned him as well, but he is acting like a con artist right now.
The worst thing
He's
that
just finding someone else to con.
The worst thing that happened to him is that they were on this show.
Yep.
I know he thinks it's probably fine now because they've kind of come through the other, especially now on this season of Happily Ever After. He's eating crow and realizes he needs to make up for things to like. But
yeah. You mean Single Life?
Single Life. On the Single Life, he's kind of making up for things. But if he had not, if they weren't on this show, he would have left her for everything. And
I know.
And she would have just been a complete, just broken person and probably never picked up the pieces.
Right.
The best thing that happened to her is that this happened on the show, and it's the worst for him.
So
But he said that she was throwing his clothes outside.
Yeah.
And all this crazy shit.
the next
But yes,
scene...
his scene does end with, I am not attracted to her.
I'm not attracted to her. The next scene, Danielle is looking for messages on Facebook with her daughter, Faith.
Faith, who has like a lesbian version of Cruella DeVille's haircut, and I'm here for it.
It's very skunk.
It looks great. It's like half blonde, half black, and I love it.
And it turns out Muhammad is back on dating apps, you guys. And so they're still technically married.
And Danielle's crying. It's been like a week since he's left. She's like, why is he back on there? And I'm like, why are you talking to your child about this?
Exactly. A little too close to home when your mom would talk about things with your dad while she was eating a tub of ice cream.
Didn't go good.
And you were 13.
Didn't go good. Mama, what happened to that milk chocolate bluebell? Oh, no, man.
Your father left me.
I needed it. Okay, Mama.
He's with that whore now.
All right, Mama, I'll have water. Sorry. Anyway.
That's your life from like age 12 to age 16.
14, yes. So now, Faith says to her, she said, I knew it was bad when he started screaming at you. And then they show a clip that we didn't see before.
Yeah.
But maybe it was on the Where Are They Now? But Muhammad is screaming at her. And Faith said it was infuriating and that I didn't like
I hated him after.
I hated him afterward. And it's infuriating that he's this homewrecker and he never wanted to be with my mom. And then,
It's interesting she used the word homewrecker, but because normally we think about that as someone who cheats and then kind of proverbially destroys the home.
Well,
but he kind of wrecked the home.
Because that term is laced in misogyny.
Exactly,
it
it
applied
is.
to women who cheat on, and it's implying.
No,
that
it's implying women are called homewreckers who wreck seemingly normal homes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And
exactly.
yes, a woman should make a home
because she lured
but it's
some
also
man
implying
away.
that a woman should make a home, not wreck a home. Too.
That is true.
So good for Danielle for taking that word
and I
back.
had never. Oh, Faith did it though.
Oh, sorry. She did.
And I don't know if it was. I doubt it was an intentional to do that, but she was just because he's basically destroyed what they knew of domesticity.
So if
for
we're
a while.
flipping that word on its gender, Poodle, have you ever been a homewrecker?
Next question. I've never actually wrecked a home. I've wrecked many a bed. Oh.
Anyway, so here's the deal. Danielle's
I've wrecked
like,
many a bank account.
he got what he wanted. He got his green card. Now she needs to file an annulment or divorce and get him out of this country.
And she says she wants to get him out of the country. I thought that was interesting.
And we think it's done, but then we see Muhammad. He goes to this diner, and he gets on his... First of all, I couldn't get over that his phone plugged in on the side. Remember those?
What phone is that?
That's what we all had in 2016. They plugged in on the side. The Samsung Galaxy.
Oh, God.
They did that.
Yeah, and so he's talking to a blonde woman. You come with me to Miami.
And
you can be my roommate.
This is someone who just wants to be famous.
Totally.
Y'all, she looks like every single blonde villain in every romantic comedy.
She was out to like destroy the good normal woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the villain.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Come to Miami," and the camera goes, "Goo, goo," on her face.
Yeah, it goes. It edits like bum 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 bum. So, y'all,
we don't know who this woman is. This woman is the quote unquote homewrecker.
It is.
Yeah.
So now we have Lauren and Alexi.
Yeah.
Y'all, they're in Florida, and they're just showing him shirtless at first. And
Ooh,
my
his body
God,
looks so good.
His body is even more ripped here. He is.
Do you
perfect
think
body.
that's genetic? Because I can't imagine it. Because if
Yes.
any trainer would say you need to bulk up a little bit.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think it's that he works out and takes care of himself, but it is genetics and
Yeah.
it's proportions.
Yeah.
And he must
He's
have
just
swum
an
a lot.
ectomorph.
God.
Yeah.
What I would pay to see that dick.
I'm uncomfortable. The way you looked at it and it got really quiet in here.
I went off to a place.
I know. That's made me uncomfortable.
Like I was in a pastoral scene in my head.
What
with
I
just,
would do to see that dick.
with just a dick bouncing, running in a field.
Boing, 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 boing.
So it's so anyway, y'all. So the big thing that they're setting for them, Lauren's like, we're gonna have a wedding in Israel. I was like, this is great. And then she said,
already it's high stakes. She's
well,
stressed.
I'm like, at first I thought this is great. They're having a wedding in Israel, and then she said, and it needs to be perfect, and I need to prove to them that I'm the perfect wife. And I went, no.
She's learned nothing.
Lauren, no.
She's learned nothing.
No.
Yeah. I think both Lauren kind of gets this reality TV thing, but also she leans into the kind of stereotype of who she is a little bit, and she plays with that. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if she knows that this is an annoying stereotype, and people don't like it. People don't like it when people say it has to be perfect or whatever.
That makes her not seem very relatable to us.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe if you're younger, because, I mean, well, this kind of comes later, but y'all, the reason why she's scared, it's not about him. It's about her biggest fear is that they're going to go to Israel.
And
that
he's going to want to stay.
back.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to go to Israel.
No.
Also, he makes some crack about, well, you said you were going to learn Hebrew and you haven't. She's like, I do a word a day.
That was good. I get emailed a word a day. Today I got the word shalom. It was new to me. I thought, do you know what it means? Like, hello. The next day, Alexa.
It actually means peace, by the way.
Oh, it means peace. Oh, it does mean peace.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't get the email. Today I got the word Mazel Tov. Never heard of it before.
Never.
You have to really, and look, we're not Jewish.
Turns out
all.
it means congrats on your engagement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Today I got the word challah. And I was like, holla, where my girls at? Anyway, look, we're not Jewish. We fucked
I play convincing one at religious ceremonies.
and we fucked a lot of Jewish people.
Yes.
And we also have a lot of Jewish friends who live in LA.
Uh-huh. And I do
feel
high
like
holidays.
So many, like a lot of my Jewish friends here know at least like almost conversational Hebrew.
Little. It depends on how.
Is this just more of a West Coast?
Depends on how. If you're more of a secular Jew.
Because I was
or not.
surprised she doesn't know. Seems to not know anything.
It depends. I mean, she probably did a bat mitzvah, which is the thing. So she could probably do some of that Hebrew. Maybe she didn't.
Maybe not.
But at your bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, you guys, you have to do. There's a whole
You have to
thing.
read for the
for the Torah. Yeah. So maybe she didn't have that. Maybe she's more secular than that. But even sometimes Jews who are raised very secularly have still a bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah.
Yo, she wanted one.
But
Tell me Lauren didn't have a bar mitzvah.
It is a little strange that she isn't making
acts like she knows nothing.
Especially if she's she's culturally Jewish, that she can't try to learn a little Hebrew just for her own, that's part of who she is. So it's, I don't know.
Anyway,
I thought that was funny too. Anyway, so this was really, really interesting. He's saying, she's like, Alexei is just not really helpful about helping me plan the wedding. I don't know how to pronounce these things. I'm blah blah blah. My friend
Karen
is
going to be our wedding who lives there. I guess is going to be our wedding planner.
And he's like,
and Karen's telling her too, like, there's balloon animals, there's fireworks, there are jugglers.
And
yes, these are people in Poodle's bedroom when he has sex, but they're also people apparently at Israeli
don't forget
wedding.
the lion tamer.
But apparently they all need to be at Lauren's wedding as well.
Also, I feel like Karen doesn't know how to talk to Lauren. Because this is not what you need to say.
No.
Can you imagine being Karen? How many calls she gets from Lauren? So Alexei does say, or Lauren says, Alexei does not want Sarah. So we're still doing bachelorette party gate.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year since that happened. Alexei does not like Sarah, which, to be honest, I
kind of get it.
I get it because he can't be, because y'all, I bet it.
She probably calls him on his shit too.
No. I bet why he puts it on Sarah is because I bet Alexei and Lauren never worked through that together.
Oh yeah, they probably never talked about it.
So he can be mad at Sarah, but really, Lauren is the one who went to a fucking strip club.
Yeah. It's probably something they haven't worked through because he did it too, and she was mad. So how can
he be mad at? I know he's mad at her for going.
Well, he gets by with saying, "I don't like her," and he, because he's a man, he doesn't have to tell her in his way of existing. He's a man. I can just say I don't like her. I don't have to have a reason.
Well, but also, sissies, let us know what you think. Lauren's like,
oh, I've noted this too.
For us to be in a marriage, you have to like my best friend. Otherwise, that's going to affect our marriage.
I wrote this down. It says, the relationship doesn't work if the couple doesn't get along with the other person's friends.
She's going to be in my life, and I think you need to get over it. And he's like, I don't have to fucking like somebody. I don't like her. I don't trust her. And then we'll end their segment. Lauren's like, oh, this stresses me out. She leaves the room, and then we kind of get a tease that next week she's going to admit something that's been going on with her that we don't know.
A secret, which is the Tourette's diagnosis, I believe.
Do you agree with that? That in a relationship, because
it depends. I would try to, instead of having Alexei say, I don't like her, instead of saying, you have to like her. She's my friend and she's my best friend and you have to. That's just the way things are. That's the law. Instead of that, I might say, can we talk about this? Why do you not like her? And finally get him to admit it, and then figure out that the problem is probably not as much with Sarah as with them. Mm-hmm. Because I guarantee you, but
he knows if he does that, like, Lauren accepted no responsibility for that.
Right.
So Lauren, in his defense, Lauren blamed all that on Sarah and said,
yes,
they drugged me here. This wasn't my decision.
And she made it worse for Sarah.
Exactly.
She made Sarah her whipping boy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in a way, she has made this bed.
Yeah.
And if I were Lauren in this case, number one, I would set up a kind of a meeting of Alexei and Sarah, like no stakes. I don't think Lauren's capable of that.
No.
Or you lock them in a room and say, you have to solve this escape room puzzle. You have to work together or something.
She would be scared for them to be alone because she'd be like, is Alexei going to sleep with her?
Yeah, that's true. She would. But I don't think, I think Alexei is just kind of pushing back and saying, you know what? This is just another one of Lauren's rules about relationships that no one ever told him.
Exactly.
That he's like, so if I don't like someone, I don't like someone because I'm a man and I can do anything I want. I'm not saying that's the rule. That's what he thinks.
That is what he thinks. But I think if he doesn't like Sarah, that's fine. But you telling your wife what you don't want her for her bridesmaid, that's none of your business.
Yeah.
Like if she wants Sarah, then say I don't get along with her. I don't care for her. Because I don't think you have to like each other's best friends. You just have to kind of tolerate them.
Well, he said it. It was really clear. He's like, she disrespected me.
And she didn't. Lauren did.
Right. I agree. But that's misplaced anger on his part. That's all. And then Lauren does what she normally does. She gets up and leaves the room.
Yeah. Yo,
better get that.
Come on down to Tractor Bob's. At Tractor Bob's, we got a Kubota, we got a Bobcat, we got a Mountain Lion, we got whatever tractor you need at Tractor Bob.
Tractor Bob. Tractor Bob.
Tractor Bob's. You ride them, we sell them.
Take a look at his ass.
I'm buying that. Y'all, we're in my home state of Oklahoma, in Oklahoma City.
I didn't write a lot here.
We've got Russ and Paula.
Mostly because I find them eye rolling. I don't know why.
God, he is so cute to me though, and I just don't get it.
I don't know why either.
I don't get it yet.
I think it's his eyelashes for me.
Maybe.
Although I find him so boring.
Yes. He would be so boring in bed.
It's just like Wonder Bread.
Yes. But you know what? Sometimes Wonder Bread on a bologna sandwich is pretty damn good.
Your palate's trash.
Tell me you wouldn't like that.
Oh,
though,
I do.
with the Dorito.
I've got a trash palate side. So we get a little bit of background from Pow and Russ. We don't need to talk about it. I still need to say Russ's mom's house still gives me hives.
It gives me, it's a lot. But and I agree, as somebody who has lived there, this is a complete culture shock.
Yeah, it's
for
very
her.
isolating.
She feels alone a lot, and I do feel for her. And Russ was working, and then he lost his job.
Yep.
And so now she's working and doing...
She's the only one who's working.
She's like
social media, acting, modeling.
I thought she was pretty good in that Army video. I thought she was a good actor.
Okay.
She was better than the other girl?
It's true. She's a pretty girl.
She's gorgeous.
She's not gonna win any Emmys, you know.
No, but she is gorgeous.
Yeah,
and so
she's got a star quality to her.
She's been doing acting work, and so anyway, Powell even says like, I thought being an engineer you'd find a job pretty quick, and this is 2016.
Yeah,
kind of was going pretty. Decent then.
It was. I think. Yeah.
But whatever. He's having a hard time finding a job. So, anyway, but it's been, Ruz is talking about it's just been nonstop since he arrived, and there hasn't been a lot. That's basically
it's her birthday, so she's calling her mom, who she really misses, and she's like, you stay out of the camera because I need her to know that you are working. And that just tells you about her expectation with her parents.
Poodle Boudreaux move. If you were in a
yes,
relationship,
it is.
He would say, "Do you know how much my mom's going to call me every day and ask if you have a job yet?"
It's
and then ask
better
me if I'm paying for everything.
I totally understood that.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I totally understood that move. So one thing I thought was interesting is that she does say she hasn't seen her parents for 2.5 years, which is sad.
It's a lot. Like she has a nephew or a niece that she's never met.
And honestly, guys, this for people who live in other countries like this, who just can't travel back, or especially with the K-1 visa, you can't leave the country for a while.
Yeah.
They don't have any money. Her parents can't come there. That's
depending on what country they're
heartbreaking not to be able to see your family.
I think her country, it's not as easy. I mean, if they
but
people that
she's Colombian.
really give up a lot to come up, to come to this country or any country.
I also remembered, and it hit me like an old salmon's tail went pop on my feet. That people still sing the awful Happy Birthday melody to Cumpleaños ate.
You don't like that?
The Happy Birthday. No, I hate. I'm saying that shitty melody.
You don't like Happy Birthday to
No,
you.
I've been very vocal about
Happy
it.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear poodle. Happy birthday, you're old. I like it.
I told you I've come up with a new harmonization that I've used before.
I think you started to talk about that, and I fell asleep with my eyes open.
I know. But I'm saying it's interesting that culturally we have accepted that little tune. Even if you go to France, Joyeux anniversaire, Joyeux anniversaire. Maybe.
So
Come at us if you're an international sissy and you have another tune for a happy birthday.
So you single-handedly are going to change this for the world?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody should have a mission.
I sometimes say on cameos that I do, I'm going to write a birthday song for you right now that hopefully will take the place of that dismal happy birthday. It usually goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something sexual.
Yeah, or I start talking about top shelf margaritas at TGI Fridays.
That's a party.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, she starts crying. Russ is like, it's breaking my heart. Not a lot happened with him, y'all. He says, it's breaking my heart that she's here. And so he's like, but you're going to have a good birthday, I promise. Cut to, it's her birthday, and they're going to go have food at this Colombian cuisine. I'm shocked.
Is it Colombian? He said Latin American.
I'm shocked this is in Oklahoma City, which
I
has gotten
agree.
much better, actually, since the Thunder's there. There's a lot more. But they're going with their friends, Morgan and Christine.
And you guys...
Having some drinks. Everyone's having a good time. Christine says, I know you don't have your family, but we are your family. We
We're
love
your
you.
family.
Here. She starts crying. Tell me, how many times have you started crying when the waiter is bringing your birthday cake? We've all felt
Awkward.
this. We have all felt this.
And you know
though.
what's even worse? When people are crying and the waiter brings it and then they keep talking about something when they're crying. And I'm thinking, when are we going to fucking eat this cake? I've had that happen before. Or the worst is when you're at a birthday party and you've eaten kind of like a meal or it's been potluck and people are waiting a long time to do the birthday cake. And I'm like, I want that cake.
Y'all, if the cake is sitting out for more than 30 minutes and no one's
I'll get
touched
very
it,
upset.
Poodle will eat it when you're not
I'm also
looking.
the first in line for cake. I know.
Children have been thrown to the floor.
I know that it's not a thing that's very quote unquote polite. I'll be the first in line. The thing is, you should be the first in line because no one wants to do it because everyone's trying to pretend they don't want to shove cake in their mouth. When you all do it.
It really is your favorite thing, isn't it?
It's a wonderful thing. But it's the hypocrisy of the human race to not get in line first for cake.
Wait, do you not love the happy birthday song subconsciously because it makes you wait longer to have the cake?
That may be part of it. No, I just find it banal.
I think that's
I find the song terrible.
but I still think that's wrapped up in
As a
that.
composer, I find it banal,
If I was
tasteless.
your therapist, we would tease that apart.
Good thing you'll never be. So everything's going great,
Great.
y'all. We're having a great moment.
We're having a party.
All of a sudden, Russ brings this garish pink bag, kind of the color of his mother's pink pie.
True.
That's not her vagina. That's a dish that she made.
It's horrible.
You're gonna have to learn to make this.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I think not.
And she gets it out. She's like, it's a Nerf gun. So when you get mad at me, you can shoot me. Crickets. This is, y'all, okay, first of all, this is a gag gift.
It's a gag gift.
This is not a gift you bring out at a small gathering of friends, which when you're missing your family and you're having an emotional time of it, the gift you give a woman at this time, or a man, is a
Your
gift
dick.
that's, yes,
I'm sorry.
is a gift that says, I really value you. This is something that's going to lift your spirits. This is not to be funny.
No.
This is not to be a childhood thing that you had, which is what he was talking about.
Yes.
This is not about sharing your childhood with her right now.
No.
This is about something maybe from her childhood.
This is like something to get her like she wakes up in the morning and you're like, say, happy birthday. Here's a couple of fun gifts.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you your big gift later.
This is a gag gift. It's a gag gift. He freaks the fuck out.
Because she's like, well, I don't understand
It's like, why would you give me a child's toy?
And Russ is like, I don't get this. And he's like cussing. He's mad.
So
and then he says to the
stupid.
camera, I'm having a hard time connecting with her.
You know, and that's why he was babied by his mom.
Oh, for sure.
His mom said, baby, you should get her a toy gun so then she could shoot you.
Y'all, this is telling you this now. Russ is smart, pretty, and because he's an engineer.
Yeah.
He's book smart, pretty, and white. He was never told no in Oklahoma. Ever.
Thank you.
Never told no. And I guarantee you, this is going to be a problem because Pau, even though she ends up being cuckoo crazy, she is a woman of color who's had to fight for a lot of things.
Right.
And fight against the no.
Yeah.
It's
Very
gonna
true.
We don't know a lot about them. I don't know a lot about their future, but I think
They're
gonna
on
be
like every
a
happily
big
ever after.
thing that's going to be a problem.
Let's talk about DeVar and Melanie. He's pretty spectacular.
Y'all,
Spectacular.
he is working out in the gym. There's video of him working out with his shirt off, and I respond to his body the way the first time like I saw Chris Hemsworth shirtless, or Tyson Beckford, or Lucky the Coke Zero guy, or the Diet Coke
Don't
man.
date yourself, Lucky Vanis.
Yes, you or He-Man, not the movie, but the toy.
Yeah.
I was turned on.
Yeah. I
It's
know.
like,
his body's amazing.
holy fucking mother of put it in me.
And every woman of every age is like staring at him because none of them have ever seen anything like him in person.
Poodle would have to leave the gym.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to think.
You wouldn't even. You would like to drop a barbell on your foot.
He also did say, like, and almost it's like a Lucille Ball sketch. That's what it would be
It's
like.
true.
He did say, I've seen about two black people
He's
here
like,
in
yeah,
town.
definitely feel out of place. And so he's working out with Mel, and Mel's like, that woman's looking at you. He's like, well,
Also, let's point out again, Melanie's dark hair.
she looks great.
It was on the tell-all. Infinitely better.
Look, she looks great.
Oh,
So
changed her look completely.
he's looking at her and he's like, he said something like, is she thinking that we want to make babies? And that's when Melanie says in the confessional, DeVar always wants to have sex.
And that's when you went somewhere else.
That's when my eyes rolled back into my head, and kind of like someone doing like a seance in the Houdini room in the Magic Castle. My soul left my body.
Wow.
Domines ticketin, flacilla bato. Y'all,
Just
DeVar is so,
men in robes.
Tell me you
All of
didn't
it.
go to another.
Oh, he's so hot.
She's like, he always want to.
He can have sex 5 days in a row, and then he wants them the sixth day. And I
he's
was
like-
like, girl,
He's like,
yes.
indeed, my love. Indeed.
I need a soldier, too.
And then Melanie admits, she talks about when they met each other. We always know that. But Melanie does admit, you know what? I didn't want to run. I wanted to have sex with him.
Also, Hunter's away at camp, you guys. Summer camp, yeah. So
they're going to go to Jamaica.
So they're fucking all the time.
They're fucking all the time, and they even show like a clip of him picking her up, taking her to the bedroom. He straddles her and takes up her shirt, and she goes, oh my.
Yeah, this was a little hard to watch.
How come the people you want to have an OnlyFans
Only because I wanted to jerk
don't?
off. It's true. But all of Libby's family have one.
But still we're seeing Libby's sister's tits.
Or Charlie's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wait, he has an OnlyFans?
I think his wife does.
Gross.
Yeah. So she's meeting Bev, of course, for pedicures.
Yes.
And of course, Bev, the woman who would be played by Chris Farley in Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
If he was still with, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And she says, "So, are you broke yet?"
Because we should say the thing they're setting up for they're going to Jamaica over the summer to see his family. But yeah, Bev's like, are you broke?
And Bev has been, the most harsh critic of DeVar.
She's like, I love him, but if he crosses my sister.
And we find out, and he's like, "So,
How
she's
much
like,
have you spent on DeVar?
I will always be the cop."
Always.
Do you think he's hiding something like children?
Children in Jamaica. Because she hasn't met all of our
Because
families.
black men have a lot of children they don't tell you about.
Exactly. But because
All of them.
Melanie went to Jamaica a lot. And
Right.
so she says, wait a minute.
When you went to Jamaica 19 times.
Well, she says, wait a minute. You didn't meet all of his sisters? That seems
Right.
weird to me. No, that's not.
Well, it depends on like what their priorities are when they're there. Yeah.
And so, exactly. So she's like, how much do you put out for him? And Mel's like, I probably spent like $38,000. What?
$30,000.
30. No, she says 38. You could buy a man for 30.
I'm like, Ixnay on the I bay an ame.
She said that, and I was just like, whoa. Whoa.
I know. I was like, let's keep this
Someone's been
sophisticated.
on the dark web, and I'm uncomfortable.
No one's buying anybody.
Someone goes to La Bear and goes to the back room where the freezer is and loses her paycheck.
I was uncomfortable during this too.
It's getting warm in cold storage when Bed comes in. She probably likes just looking at the ham hocks hanging in the thing while a guy bounces on her.
Wow. That was a weird area we went there. That's basically all I have. This was a short, because there was so much backstory.
Yeah, that was basically a short episode. We still managed to talk at length about it.
We
What we do. Hello, I had to listen to a 15-minute story about Bible game. So
drill!
So you can shut the fuck up.
I need to hear if anybody else did a Bible drill.
Y'all.
For some reason, I remember only boys being involved.
This is getting in a weirder area. You go to Reality Gaze Podcast to find out all of our shows. That's where we are on Instagram as well. Reality Gaze Podcast. Twitter's Reality Gaze Pod. Come at Poodle and I on Cameo. Poodle had to buy a new computer, y'all. So if you want to do a cameo, now's the time. Now's the time. He's broke. We call these people lonely hearts, though, Poodle, because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you hate the tune of Happy Birthday like it's poison, call us.